Greetings, greetings, greetings. Welcome back to my platform, to my world. It is good to have you all here. It is a pleasure, always a pleasure to have you here. So today is a new day. It is September 27, 2021. And as always, I have my notes here with me. And as you can see, the topic for today is, we'll see. As you see the topic on the video, this is what we're talking about. Okay? All right. So I'm going to start off with my first talking point. I believe I have 4 talking points. I always have my notes here, and we're going to get into it because it's all about healing ourselves and taking responsibilities for our own life, taking back control for who we are. That's what self-healing is all about. Once you can self-heal, then you can take control of your own life. So my first talking point is, during my dark times, I recall being a victim. At those times, I didn't know that was the part I was playing. I had to quickly learn how it felt uncomfortable being in that role. But I quickly learned no one was there to save me. And I realized I had to save myself from being a victim. Some of us don't know what being a victim is. And if that's a good or bad thing, well, I'm here to tell you, it's not a good thing to play the victim, especially if you know you're playing the victim. But if you don't know you're playing the victim, let me give you some examples. When you try to get others to take your side because you feel like you've been the one that's been hurt. So let me explain something. You can always try to sway people to your side. That happens a lot in the world. We tend to want to, the other person who has hurt us, we try to make them feel so bad or get others to see them as the bad person. When in actuality, you're neither good nor bad. It is more like a teacher-student thing, for real. So there's no need to be a victim. Because, in any life situations, you have to see yourself as the student, if not the teacher. You have to figure out, if you've been the one that was hurt, you have to think about, what did I do to make that person do this? And in return, what did this person teach me? It taught me to pay attention to people like them. So the next time around, if something comes my way to tempt me, and I can see the red flags, then I'll know to take precautions. Because a lot of times when you deal with people and their mess and their hurt, their pain, or whatever, they have red flags. And you may not know the red flags until after the experience, if it's a first-time experience. So never get caught up in being the victim, because a lot of times victims try to put the person that hurt them out there when, you don't know what they're going through. They may not be fully expressing everything that they're going through to you. So you have to be very careful, especially in this day and time. You got to be careful because some people just can't accept pain and walk away. Some people get crazy and do crazy things. You feel me? I just hope you get it. Because I've been through some things, and we all been through some things. And as I stated, it's my videos are all about self-healing so that you can take back control of your life. Tapping into all parts of your life and healing it. Okay? So during times when others do you wrong, you have to remember, or when you do people wrong, you have to remember you're creating a karma for yourself or for themselves that one day will come back to teach them the lesson they so harshly imposed upon you, or you so harshly imposed upon another. So that should be very clear. If you don't know what karma is, when you do one person wrong or good, you reap the benefits. It comes back to you. It may not come back to you the same day. It may not come back tomorrow. May not come back next week. Maybe not next month. Maybe not next year, but it will come back when you done forgot all about it. And you put yourself in a situation similar, or a similar person come along and put you in the same situation you put another person. Like I said, whether good or bad, you can reap good benefits from doing good things. And we call those reaping the benefits, we call it karma. I think that's a Hindu word, which I just explained. Reaping the benefits. You know what reaping is? Gaining or gathering the benefits. Getting paid back what was done to you, or what you done to someone else. So that's simply said. Of course, I had to break it down a little bit more for those people who are not into certain word phrases or never heard certain word phrases. So I just kind of, made it easy for you to understand, overstand. And if you're standing under, I help you too. Okay, so that we can all stand together. So, talking point 3. So that was talking point 2. So, talking point 3. As you feel sorry for yourself and seek others to feel the same for you, in those darkest times, as you go deep into your sorrow, hopefully you quickly learn that no one will be there to feel sorry for you, and you must be the one to pick yourself up out of that sorrowful pit that you put yourself in. Okay? And let me explain this. As an adult, now children is different. It's different for children when it comes to situations like this. But if you put yourself in a situation, don't go looking for mommy, daddy, sister, brother, best friend forever to help you out of it. Especially if they don't want to. You cannot get mad at them. Yeah, you might feel some kind of way. And then when the roles switch, you want them to feel what you went through when they didn't help you. But you got to really, truly think about the stuff that you brought upon yourself. It's just like when you out with your girlfriends and you start some mess with somebody else and they beat your boot. And you looking for your girlfriends to jump in it when they didn't say nothing to the person. It's only right that you get your boot whipped and you deal with that situation alone, because it was equal. If you started something with someone and they whoop your butt, why should your friends jump in? It's a one-on-one. It's an equal thing. That person is whooping your behind. And even if that person don't whoop your behind and you end up doing it to them, trust and know, we just spoke about karma, reaping your benefits or getting paid back. Especially if you're starting something that you really didn't have to. Allowing your emotions, getting caught up in emotions that you can control. And a lot of people say, well, I just can control. Yes, you can. You could have walked away. You could have ran your behind somewhere else. You could have turned around and went off somewhere else. So really, you're going to reap those benefits. What you put out, and trust. I know. I've put myself in situations, even as a parent, even as a child. Either way, we go through it. When I was a child, I didn't look for someone to come and, well, sometimes I did. But did they? Not all the time. My grandmother would even tell me, like, if you take your butt out there and they whoop your behind, you better go back out there, not come crying to me because of what you allowed somebody else to do to you. Especially if it was a fair fight. And if I couldn't fight them, I'd just be like, oh, well, I just got my butt whooped today. I guess I just have to deal with that butt whooping. I ain't gonna go back out there and mess with that person. And a lot of times I don't even be bothering, when I was young, I didn't even bother. I was just always bullied. But at some point, you do get tired of being bullied. And you have to switch it up. You have to figure, like, hold on, I got to find somebody who knows how to fight so I can learn to fight. Or I got to pick up something. Like, shoot, that's what my grandma used to say, pick up something and knock that. Yeah, she went into all kinds of German words and stuff. But stop making other people feel bad for you just because you want them to feel bad for you. Why misery love company so much? Just because you're miserable don't mean somebody else want to be miserable with you. Come on now. Shoot, especially y'all in y'all 30s on up. Stop playing these games. Y'all are still wearing the mask that this society has trained you to wear. All because you got caught up in these different medias. Movies, television shows, radio, whatever. You have lost yourself because, and I'm going to tell you how you know you lost yourself. Because a lot of times when you sitting up watching movies or you listening to music, the words and stuff, you be like, I feel that. You get emotional, don't you? You even sit and watch a program, and because you can relate to it, because they make them so real, and you sit up there and get all emotional. And because it seems so real on television, you think you can go and act it out in real life. And you don't catch yourself. You really, a lot of you don't catch yourself doing that. Or you'll let some friend come and hype you up. And then you get all emotional. It's all your emotions. You're letting your emotions, you're reacting instead of taking your time and thinking it through. Taking control and say, okay, Benita. All right, Denise. I got this, Tommy. Let me think this through. Stop hyping me, And y'all got to know when to let certain people go from your life if they keep trying to push you just so they can be entertained with drama. Y'all know those type of friends? I don't even have friends. Because the word friends is spelled Friend, or with an S, if you have more than one. But when you slice it up, Fri, fry, and then end, somewhere around Friday, before Friday or after Friday, that's going to end because they're going to show themselves to not be true. So I don't make friends, I make family. Soul family, physical family, because even the family that you was born into, you come through them, not to them. But that was another video I made. Okay. All right, so we got that. All right. Now, also, remember to stop blaming others for what you put yourself through emotionally. You are responsible for how you feel and how you allow others to make you feel. Learn to shield your ear, your mind, and heart against words, vowels, and sentences. For some people say words don't hurt, but if you perceive that to be true, then those words formed into sentences really do hurt and have caused many to kill because of their own weaknesses. Can I get an amen, church? Okay, sorry, this ain't church. Almost felt like I was in church. Almost felt like that. But seriously, most of those people that I just talked about, who allow things to happen because they're mostly bullies, and a lot of your bullies are hurting because they're being bullied at home by somebody, a brother, a sister, a parent, somebody in the house. It starts in the home. Because why you feel a need to put your hand on somebody or take things from somebody because you think they're smaller or weaker than you. They won't be smaller or weaker forever. Okay? And this is why a lot of children grow up afraid to express themselves because they've been bullied, beat up so many times. Even if they do figure out a strategy because they're getting tired of being bullied and still get the behinds beat. But one day, everything that I say to you, a lot of children may not understand, overstand this so they can stand strong in who they are. Sometimes I gotta be thankful for a little YouTube and Reddit, or what's this other one called? BitChute. It's similar to YouTube. They don't have all the restrictions that YouTube has. These things that I just mentioned. So, hint, hint. The greatest person in the world is the person who can control their emotions, who have more control over themselves. A person who's willing to control themselves instead of seek to control other people. All because life isn't satisfying to you, then you feel a need to go control another person, manipulate another person, bully another person. All because your emotions aren't intact. You know I'm talking to you. Some of this stuff, you could probably say, yeah, that's me. Because your emotions out of control. You think your emotions is your bodily action, that to express your emotions, you gotta be putting your hands on somebody else instead of putting your hand on a paintbrush and paint you a picture or a pen to write them emotions out. Some of y'all feel like y'all gotta go get a weapon to resolve things because somebody humiliated you. Maybe you need that humiliation to go and sit down to help realize what it is I need to understand and learn from that situation. It humiliated me, but I refuse to fall. I'm coming back and I'm going to stand tall. So the next time I enter that place, because some people feel like, and I'm gonna tell you why you feel this way. Again, a lot of y'all watch movies and y'all be like, or let other people into your ear and talk to you and put thoughts and feelings, and those thoughts turn into feelings instead of thinking for yourself. You ain't no god or goddess if you gotta let somebody else influence how you feel and think and how you react. And a lot of y'all think y'all gonna get into heaven's gates, for those people who feel like there's a gate to go through to get to heaven. Because heaven and hell is what you make it. What you do to someone else, evil, cruel, you're creating your hell for yourself. For that day will come for you. You're creating those heaven gates that you can enter for how you've done another. You're creating these things for yourself. Whether you realize it or not, you're creating. You create your world. No one else can create it for you. Remember, if someone takes a life, or if you take a life from someone else, you are creating what you want taken from you. You don't have that authority to do that. You making do it, but you have to overstand energy and how it's used. And a lot of people, I tell you, I know y'all probably heard me say this in a video before. When things happen to people, what did you do to cause that? Did you continuously taunt a person, not knowing their mental or emotional state? What have you put yourself into? Do you prefer to have heaven on earth or hell on earth? Because you can destine yourself for that, for greatness. I always say, did I just make like that? Anyway, I'm not here to make y'all think like me. I'm here to help you think so you can control you and your world. You can't control another. When it comes to children, all you're doing is taking the responsibility to guide them. Once they become an age where they start thinking and acting for themselves, you better make sure you're reared and geared them correct. And not all the time it's possible, especially because, and I'm going to say this, certain races of people have been treated so bad that you expect ice cream and cake for their lives. Other races have treated races so bad. Remember, and when I say racist, I'm not talking about everybody in that race, but y'all know who y'all are. Yeah, there are times when I be pissed off, but I just say it to myself. Because I really, truly, once I'm calmed down, cool and collect, I say things out of anger. I can take up for another race in anger. But I have to stop myself from the hate. Because you're really hating yourself. It's so much I would like to say, but I'm not going to prolong this video. So please, if you find the content in this video to be of value, I welcome you to share it, especially if you feel like someone needs to hear it. Also, if you like a lot of the content that I bring forth, click on the subscribe button. The background is red and is written in white, subscribe. Also, if you got a bone to pick with me, leave it in the comments. Or if you feel like you have something good to share, leave it in the comment. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section. If you just want to make a statement, leave it in the comment section. Okay? And also, like this video, like it or dislike it, thumbs it up or thumbs it down, whatever they put down there, you know. Support me in either one of those thumbs or likes. I appreciate it. And if you would like to contact me, my contact information will be in the description box. I appreciate y'all. Y'all so nice. And even the mean ones, I know y'all mean well. It's okay. All right. Take care, people. Sending y'all blessings upon blessings and unconditional love.